I'm about to present, so I need you guys to.
Okay, we are live on YouTube.
I'm about to present, so I. What was that, D? Okay, we didn't start. I was like, oh no, we started. Okay.
We are on YouTube. Now I'm going to broadcast the actual webinar to let people in now. Here we go. We are live.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Who's here? Come on in the room. Let's see who's here today. Welcome, phone in caller. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Brittany. Hi, Dana. Hi, George. Hi, Luwan. Hey, Margaret. Hey, Tammy. Hey, Dana. Dana in the Windy City with me. Whoop, whoop. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Myra, Monica, Nancy, and Ruby. Hi, Stephanie. Hey, Stephanie. Hi, Sherry. Hi, guys. So excited you can be here with us today. Welcome to Staying Strong and Positive for Ourselves and Our Children. This is our daily webinar series. We've now moved it to only 30 minutes conversation, but I'm sure you'll find it just as exciting. We still have a really good time, even though it's now 30 minutes. Hey, Veronica. So today, I'm your host, Sarita Sashington, and I am hailing from the windy, I'm hailing from the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois. And I don't know who just asked for a retreat at Kathy's, but yes, I'm with that. I think that would definitely help us live our best life. That's what we're going to talk about today. We're covering holistic vitality and how holistic vitality contributes to us living our best life. I'm living my best life. I ain't going back and forth with you. Anybody know this song? Okay. All right, D, keep going. Because I can go there. All right. So ways to engage. If you aren't talking, please keep your phone on mute. When you're ready to comment, please raise your hand. We'll unmute you. You need to unmute yourself to be heard. Please be patient with us. And feel free to type your comments in the group chat. Make sure it's going to all panelists and attendees and not just panelists if you want everybody to see your responses. And we do want everyone to see our responses. I'm hoping to have a really good conversation today, guys. So let's do it. Let's go to check out our agreements before we get started with today's webinar. So we know our agreements, you know what to do. Speak from your own experience using I statements. So as you share, don't talk about anybody else's stuff except yours. Golden rule, treat other people the way you want to be treated. This includes passing no judgment and not giving advice, right? And all that great stuff. And then full presence. Please don't multitask. I know you can. I know you do it really well. Some of you, I'm going to ask you not to today, just so we can be fully present for this conversation. You showed up, you might as well show up strong. Okay. All right. So what are we talking about today? Today, this is Holistic Vitality Week. And let me just give a shout out to D, who is our tech today. Thank you, D. Whoop, whoop. So this is Holistic Vitality Week, right? The last couple of weeks, we have been showcasing each one of these vitality domains. And we've been talking about, we've been having Taste of Vitality cafes at the end of every week, every Friday. So today, we're going to look at the vitality domains in a holistic way, okay? So thank you guys, everybody agreeing. I appreciate you keeping the space safe for us. That's why we do agreements. Okay, next slide, D. So living your best life. That's what we're talking about today. I'm living my best life. I ain't going back and forth with you. I'm living my best life. This is talking about how when we apply all the vitality domains, when we are being intentional about our health, about our physical, our mental health, our finances, our environment. We're being intentional about those things, living and making sure that we're focusing on and working on those things. Then it takes us to a place where we live our best life. I hope that today, as we go through today's webinar, that you'll be thinking about all the things that I'm going to present today and how they show up for you. I live my best life in such a way. I'm not wealthy. I'm not wealthy financially. However, I am extremely wealthy in peace and friends and my mental health is huge for me, and my faith, which is what I think of spirituality, spiritual vitality. All those things make me feel like I'm living my best life right in this moment, day by day. And so I hope as we go through today's webinar that you're thinking about how you want to live your best life. All right, next slide, Dee. So let's kick it off with physical vitality. Who doesn't want to talk about physical vitality? Feel free to drop it in the chat. You guys know how we do. So when it comes to physical health, what are you doing well and what could you do better? So as you put your answers in, and if you want to come on with me, just raise your hands. But as you answer the question, I'm just going to share. When it comes to physical health, what are you doing well? What could you do better? So I was doing really well with my physical health just before COVID hit. And I did a boot camp and I lost weight and I was feeling really good physically. So now, and then I had knee surgery in December. So now for me, what am I doing well? Just walking. I'm trying to walk 30 minutes a day. Are you guys familiar with Get Fit with Rick on YouTube? He is hilarious. He's in Dubai and he walks like 30 minutes every day. And he has like, really up to date ones based on different years of music. And then he has some that are like slower, but he also counts your steps and says, okay, so we're going to get 3,000 steps today. We're going to get 5,000 steps. They recommend that you get 10,000 steps a day. That's just my thing because I can't do a lot of other things. I'm doing like the exercises my physical therapist asked me to do to strengthen my knee and my hip flexors. Is anybody else experiencing, if you're working from home all year like I've been, is anybody else experiencing like problems with your hips or your knees or your legs because you've been sitting all day? That is our whole life right now. And so I'm working really hard to get back to being physically active. So thanks for weighing in. Yes, Monica said I walk jogging twice a week, would like to do more days. Somebody said I commit to moving more every day. One step that may be 100. Yes. More steps. Another maybe 15-minute gentle workout on the bed because everything hurts. Yes. Margaret said I don't go bored, but try to put in the effort when I can. If I can't walk it, I'll do it as part of what I'm doing. I have horse to take care of. Oh, so I walk instead of riding the ATV. Well, this is your chance. What could you do better, right? What could you do better? I'm with you. I didn't get a knee replacement, Brenda, but I definitely had like a knee scope. And it took so long to get, well and to do the exercises, but I'm feeling better. I'm glad about that. Yes, hip splay. I didn't know that was a word, hip splay. But yes, I feel that. That's what I went and I was working on my knee all this time and then found out that it was really about my hip flexors. I was like, what? And then I started talking to my colleagues and found out we were all the same. Okay. Yes. All right. Great. Thank you guys. Thank you so I don't feel like I'm by myself. So when you think about what you could do better, think about what you could do better with your physical vitality. Because I don't know about you, but I have Misha babies. They're 11, they're 12, 7, and 2, and I want to be around for a long time to enjoy them. Physical vitality, I'm going to encourage you to work on yours as well. Next slide. Mental, emotional vitality, the well-being of your mind. I don't know about you. I mentioned it earlier, and I mentioned like my peace is everything to me. And so for me, peace comes from what I focus on, right? What I focus on will determine where, how my peace is. So I'm very protective over what I watch. I'm very protective over what I watch on TV. I'm very protective of my Facebook circle, right? Who I add. If I see somebody who's like messy, I'm going to delete and block those people. Why? Because this is important to me, my mental, emotional vitality. And I'm very careful also about what I say to myself, because I don't know about you guys, but I have these thoughts that run through my head every day. Like when I'm getting Starbucks, I say things to myself like, oh my God, Sarita, you gotta stop getting Starbucks. You are so overly voluptuous. Change it from fat to overly voluptuous. Or I would say things like, oh, this is, why do you do that? That's so dumb. Don't do that, Sarita. That you're stupid. So I stopped doing those things because they were causing me to feel even worse about myself or my situation. So now I don't do that. I have somebody with their hand up. Who is that, Dee? Gladys. Hey, Gladys, are you trying to talk? I see you have your hand up. I'm going to unmute you. Gladys, were you trying to share?
Gladys, you should be good to unmute on your end and be able to speak.
Hello.
Hi, Gladys.
Hi. I'm sorry. I was trying to see how to sign in.
Oh, okay, well, you don't need to sign in. You're already here, boo.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, fantastic. So let's keep talking about next slide, Dee. So I think self-talk has a lot to do with my mental and emotional vitality. Dee, next slide, please. And so it may for yours too. One of the things that really encouraged me is, I'm going to show you this video in a little bit, but I want you to think about, what are you saying to yourself and what do you want to say to yourself? Because we say a lot of things. Okay, I'm not going to generalize. I say a lot of things to myself, and sometimes they're all not positive. There are a lot of things that I'd rather say to myself. So one of the things that I say to myself is I built myself a heart collage, and this heart collage is on my mirror. So when I wake up in the morning, it says things like, you're the righteousness of God through Christ Jesus. You're wonderful. You're the bomb. You are a gift, right? Like, you're still sexy, Sarita. You overly voluptuous, but you sexy. So I built this, so when I get up in the morning, I see it. But I want to show you where I got this idea from, okay? So think about that. What are you saying to yourself, and what do you want to say to yourself? Next slide, Dee. Let's check out Jessica. She's like one of my best friends in my mind.
I can be a shark. Now my whole house is great. I can do anything good. I like my school. I like anything. I like my dad. I like my cousins. I like my aunts. I like my Allisons. I like my moms. I like my sisters. I like my dad. I like my I like my hair. I like my haircuts. I like my pajamas. I like my stuff. I like my rooms. I like my whole house. My whole house is great. I can do anything good. Yeah. I can do anything good. Better than anyone. Better than anyone.
Yes, that's my girl, Jessica. Yes, Tammy, the same. So I do much better after I watched Jessica, maybe like 6 years ago or something like that. I just came back, and when I found myself in a very difficult place where I was struggling with my mental health, like I had to go back and think, what am I saying to myself, and what do I want to say to myself moving forward? Because what I was saying to myself at the time was not healthy, and it wasn't doing me any good. So I decided, and it was also, I was having stress because of the things I was thinking about. My mental health was compromised. So I went back, I changed it, I built this affirmation, and then that's what I started saying to myself, and it changed my entire life. So for me, it was a mixture of scripture and affirmation. I don't know what it might be for you, positive affirmations, but I hope that you find something that makes you think about like what you're saying to yourself. Yes, Tammy, getting rid of this thinking is horrible. I used to be a stinking thinker. So that's something you really think about, and you think about. You don't have to share what you'd like to say to yourself, or maybe you do. Drop it in the chat. Let's just take a minute or so and drop in the chat. What would you like to say to yourself? You don't have to tell us what you're currently saying to yourself, but tell us what you're currently saying to yourself. How do you encourage yourself? There's what's that song? It's a song. Oh, it's a song about encouraging yourself. It's a gospel song. Now I can't think of it. Encourage yourself in. No, that's not it. Okay, so I won't do that. Stephanie said, I would like to say to myself that it's okay to take me time after working all day week to allow myself to better care for my family. Yes, Tanya said, encourage yourself. I am good enough. Tammy said, I would like to be telling myself that I'm doing the best I can each day. Yes, come on. If you share what you're saying to yourself, somebody else is going to be like, I could do that too. Somebody said, I am good enough. I would like to say to myself, you have good intentions and your actions come from a place of love. Yes, Myra said, I am capable. I always like to think too, I'm stronger than I think I am. That's a good one for me too. I'm stronger than I think I am. Fantastic. All right, let's keep going. I am worth it. Yes, keep those coming because they're giving me life. I encourage myself. Thank you. Yes. All right, next slide, D. Environmental vitality. So how your surroundings influence your well-being. I conquer my goals. Tanya, I'm with you. Ibia Shandel, y'all give me. I love the positive stuff. It just does something for me. It's helping my mental health well-being right now. And then environmental vitality. How does having order and beauty in your surroundings affect your well-being? Because that's what we're talking about too, right? I know when I was living I remember when I was staying in the city, I was staying in the area that was not like the best. And I would always, there was one way to get to my community that was like, rundown apartments and people standing on the corners, and it was almost looked vacant lots and things like that. It was all those things. And I never wanted to drive through that area because it made me feel some kind of way. So I would always take the long ride home so I could come through the park that was there were two ways. One way was nice and beautiful, and the other way was not so nice and beautiful. And so I started coming a different way to get home because it affected me differently. So let me ask you, how does having order and beauty in your surroundings affect your well-being? So Margaret said, it's encouraging for me. The outside is calming, and being with my animals is a conditional love. Having things in order or organized makes me feel accomplished and complete. I started a minutes game with my friends every day of the month. You get rid of first one item, second 2 items after 30 days. You get rid of 468 items. Oh, yes, drop the mic. Oh, I need to do that one. My brain is calmer when things are orderly. Yes, I know. I walk past my office and my office looks like it's on fire. Like there's like conflagration, things everywhere. And all I keep thinking of is this summer, I am taking time to throw that crap out. This summer, I'm cleaning up my office because I don't even like to sit in there. So somebody said, oh, Sarita, I used to have the same thing on my route back in Rhode Island. Wait, somebody, I got a notification, messed up my stuff. I wanted to see that. I used to have the same thing with my commute back in Rhode Island. The highway was a stressful route, so I often opted the scenic route to and from work, even though it took longer. It just made me happier. Yes, just made me happier. Thank you for sharing that. I feel so connected. You guys are my family. All right, next slide. Yes, I have a friend too who's like that, who is like, has chickens and they just do something for her. And then I have another friend, I was so surprised she wanted chickens. She was like, I just like chickens. They just do something. And then when look at our social vitality, your support system and joy that friends and family add to your life. I enjoyed this weekend. I threw a graduation party for my daughter. And I come from a huge family. There's like 8 of us. And I love my siblings. I love my family. And I mean, they make me happy. I went to bed. My sister is here right now. She's packing up as we're here, as we're talking. She's leaving to go back home to North Carolina. And I promise you, when I went to bed Sunday, after doing this big thing and having my family over, I just went to bed so satisfied and so peaceful and just so overwhelmed with how much I love my family and how they feed me. Like, I don't know who I would be without my friends and my family. Those people who encourage me and lift me up and I laugh with and cry with and just everything. They like such a good way of providing emotional and moral support for me. Next slide, Dee. So, do you guys remember this? Oh my God, just that quick. I had the song in my head and I lost it. I should have added the song here. The 18. So let me ask you, who's on your 18? Who is helping you with your social vitality? Who are your friends and family? Yes. Who are your friends and family who give you life? So share, just drop their names. Let's bring them into this space. Who are your friends and family who just give you life? How do they show up for you? I have like 20 sisters. I have Renee. I always have to count them. I have Meryl and Nat, Malachi, Renee, Monique, Vinny, and Thomas. And then I have like tons of nieces and nephews. And I have, someone said co-loves, and she was talking about her co-workers who she's who are her friends. I love that term. I love that term. Yeah, bring them in. We laugh together, we cry together, we have midnight wine Zoom calls. Yes. Yeah, share your family. Thank you. I think I'm gonna do that today in the cafe community practice. I'm gonna go and ask them to share pictures of their family. All right, Dee. Next slide. Make a list too. Stay right there. Make a list of those people for your own self. Because sometimes we forget, right? If I'm in a down place, sometimes I forget that I have support and people who love me. And I have to go back and remember those people. So write them down someplace. Financial vitality. What resources have you used over time to improve your financial well-being? Because I don't know about you, I feel so relaxed and so calm. I love paying bills. Some people don't like to pay bills, but I love paying bills. So when I ask this question, what resources have you used over time to improve your financial well-being? For some people, one of the things I did this summer was I joined 2 things. I joined a Road to 750 credit Facebook group, Road to 750 credit score. And I also, yes, Brenda, I also joined a Dave Ramsey Facebook group. And I also joined a Stocks and Stilettos. So that's a group that teaches you about investing your money. So I joined those kinds of resources to help me improve my financial well-being. What are some that you've joined? If you have some great resources that you use, whether it's a credit management, whether it's a budgeting tool that you use, do you know that I discovered that my bank now has a way for me to track my budget online? I love it. I was like, what? Because I pay all my bills through my bank. And so then it's showing me what's due, what's not due, how much I spent this month. I need to pull it down. That gives me life to be able to know those resources are available. So somebody else may need those resources. Check your bank and see if they have something to help you budget. Check out Facebook groups. Add your friends to join you one. Anybody with some cost saving? Yes. Eating out less. Oh my gosh, I really need to eat out less. What other things have you used? What resources, concrete supports have you used to improve your financial well-being? Because you sharing that might help somebody else, right? I I love the Facebook group. I also love, I talked about last time I was with you guys about organizing. And they're teaching me to organize on a budget, which I love because, who doesn't like to save money? And so, yeah. Thank you for Nerd Wallet. Yes. Thank you for Nerd Wallet. Love it. All right, let's keep going. Najma said, I've been practicing being intentional about spending. Yes, I need that. And then last but not least, I think this is the last one, spiritual vitality. What makes you feel completely alive and fills you with positive energy? This is spiritual vitality, feeling completely alive and full of positive energy. I always feel completely alive and full of positive energy if I am in the presence of my deity God. I do that during my quiet time, my devotional. I feel like I'm ready to just conquer the world. I also feel that, Stephanie said K-Love. Yes, that's my jam. Stephanie, let me just say this. Stephanie, the other day, so I got a new car and I was trying to program my stuff and I could not remember the call letters for Caleb or the number. And I was just like, I can't find my Caleb. And there was another Christian gospel thing on there called Air Raid or something, or Air Ran. And I was just like, okay, this is nice, this is good, but where is Caleb? I had to call. I don't have many friends who check out Caleb, but I had to go find my friend who does Caleb and say, what's the number? Because I was missing them. That song, Christian music, contemporary Christian music does just something for me that nobody else can do. Anybody else? Oh, we're still putting some financial stuff in there. Fantastic. Love it. Yes, station by station, looking for it. Anybody else? What makes you feel completely alive and fills you with positive energy? Because today we looked at each domain and how it shows up for us. And I think if we're intentional, I know for me, my goal is to be more intentional this summer and getting back on track with everything, with my eating, especially with my physical activity the most, because I want to be around my Misha babies. So dancing, yes. Tanya said gardening, listen to music, spiritual podcast, help lift the spirits of others. Yes. Sunshine and nature, me too. I love the sunshine. I can take 12,000 pictures of the sun. They're all on my phone. Don't ask what I'm going to do with them, but I just love them. They make me feel, they give me life. So I want us to think about, I hope that we've enjoyed our holistic, we have some more coming up, but I certainly feel like, or encourage you to work on your holistic vitality, because it's going to make all the difference in the world. All right, next slide, D. So what's coming up the rest of the week? We have Kathy doing momentum and motivation tomorrow. And Thursday, we have Alex and Robin doing creating your strategic plan for holistic vitality. And then Friday, we have the Holistic Vitality Cafe. So I hope you guys can join us for this. Has anybody been to the Taste of Cafes we've been doing on Fridays? I hope that you had an opportunity to go. I hope you've enjoyed it. Yes, I love that. I love having conversations with your family, with your daughter. Yes, about finding a new church, nature and flowers, and going for. Dee dropped a poll, so please take a moment and do the poll. Thank you guys so much for being a part of today's conversations. This means a lot to me. Thank you. I am crazy about you guys. You guys have given us life. Thank you guys. You too, Stephanie. Have a blessed week. And make sure that you sign up for the future webinars and cafes. I enjoyed you today, and I hope that you enjoyed me as well. Next slide, Dee. And don't forget that just because we're not focusing on, thank you, Dana, you too, even though we're not focusing on domains for the next few weeks, we're going to change it up, right? We got to change it up. This is your resources. You can catch them on our website under resources. Go shop and find yourself something good. Okay. Enjoy your day, guys. And I will see you next time. Bye, guys. Yay. Thank you, guys. I enjoyed you. Ditto. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. See you guys soon.